Hey everyone, it's the Gadget Guru. I want to do a card tech talk today, so let's get started. The card I'm going to be talking about is this card, Shrink. It's a common in like 2 different places, and it's a Ultra from Shonen Jump if you're lucky enough to have a playset. I don't, I'm just using the commons. It's also a Super from somewhere else, I don't remember where. The effect of this card is a quick play spell card, right there. And it says, when you have this card, you can half the original attack of the opponent's monster that's attacking. Now, I like this card a lot because it can really offset almost anything you really need to offset in a game. Especially when you're running gadgets. Stuff that really becomes problematic. Stardust Dragon, you know, Dark Arm Dragon, stuff like that. Stuff that's really big. With Shrink, you can run over all of it. Shrink, like, it used to be considered bad tech because Blackwings were everywhere. Lightsworn had the triple honest, you know. But now that Lightsworns have kind of died down a bit and Blackwings aren't being played as much, I think Shrink's a very viable option in this meta. I've been playtesting it. It's amazing, especially when they play Stardust Dragon. You can shrink it and run it over with a gadget. That's really good. Not a yellow gadget, but a green or a red can run over Stardust with a shrink. So this is very good along with Solidarity in Machinas. I think this is a very good card for Machina gadgets. A lot of people ask me, like, well, why do I say run 3 of them? I like 3 of them just because literally they're an attack modifier. Your opponent attacks you and you just go, okay, I'm going to activate Shrink. Or you attack them and you're like, I might activate Shrink. So I think it's a very good card for that reason. Also, it really does mess up Blackwings. Because you're playing gadgets, so they won't search for Kalut because they're thinking, they honestly, most Blackwing players when they're playing a gadget player won't search for Kaluts. They'll search for Blizzard or something like that, and then when you attack them, you shrink them. They're like, oh crap, I should have grabbed Kalut. So I mean, this can even mess up Blackwing players sometimes. Another thing I like to do with this is when you're playing a mirror match, you can shrink their Fortress or their Tragodia even. Shrinking Tragodia. Okay, that's another thing. A lot of people are running Tragodia right now in this meta. If you shrink your Tragodia, it's a 0. Permanently. And if you ask why, it's because it has undefined attack. Same with the fusion card. Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. They both have unknown attack, if you can see that. Unknown, question mark. If you shrink a monster with question mark, attack and defense, it becomes a 0 permanently. So, if they have Tragodia and they attack me and I shrink them, it becomes a 0. So it's very good for that reason. And then also if they should like summon Cyber Dragon and go into like, you know, like a 4,000 attack Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, they attack, I can shrink it, it's a 0 permanently. So you can really mess them up by doing that. So Shrink in this meta is a very good card. It's very controlling, and honestly, it's like a lot of people were telling me enemy controller in Book of Moon. Yeah, but what do you do if they summon a monster with high attack and high defense? For a good example for that is Gravekeepers. I mean, enemy controller in Book isn't going to do much. They have the same defense as they do attack usually. So Shrink can really help with Gravekeepers too. Overall, it's just an amazing card. Its effect is very playable. You can use it in a bunch of situations. Stops Goyo plays, stops Stardust plays. It stops a lot of different plays. So I would say definitely try this out. It's a very good card. Don't bash it just because it's an older card and people don't use it anymore. They should still use it. It's an amazing card. Another card I was thinking about using were these. Rush Recklessly. Now these give a 700 boost, which isn't as good as this, but it's still decent. If you don't have these, I might suggest running 3 Rush Recklessly, but honestly, Rush Recklessly isn't that good. It gives a 700 boost, but there's a lot better things. Solidarity gives a 800 to all your monsters permanently. United We Stand can give your monsters huge boost over this. You know, so Rush Rec is an okay option, but not one of the best. I think Shrink is one of the best options in this meta. So, really, you guys should really check out Shrink. Play with it a bit. see what you'll see what I mean fairly soon. Machina Gadgets runners, really good for that deck. Normal Gadgets, it works pretty good too. You know, it would probably even work in Blackwings too, actually. But you've got Kalut, which you can search, so I don't think you'd want to run this. But I'm just saying, it's pretty good in almost every deck. Another deck this really does hurt, it really kills, honestly, is Synchro Cat. I was playing my friend with Synchro Cat, and these were just destroying his face. He couldn't, like, he got so pissed by this card. Because his Stardust becomes a little 1250, his Fire Dog becomes a 950, you know, his Caius becomes a 1200. It really screws with him. It really messes them up. So, you know, really good card. You should definitely try it and see if you like it. So, I would say definitely try this card. Definitely. So yeah, this has been just a kind of a little tech talk I wanted to do on this card. Nobody's using it anymore, but you guys should honestly try and use it again because it's a very good card. So, I'll talk to y'all later, and this has been the Gadget Guru. Alright, bye.